Everyone told me not to marry him. My parents said he was too poor and that I deserved someone better. But now, the same people who rejected him are begging for his help. This is how everything changed. My name is Precious, and I am here to share my story of love and the future that unfolded before me. It all began when I met David, a charming young man with a heart of gold. Despite his humble background, I fell in love with him and we decided to get married. However, my parents did not approve of our relationship. They believed that David was not good enough for me because he was poor. Despite their disapproval, we went ahead and got married without their consent. The first few years of our marriage were tough as we struggled to make ends meet. David worked odd jobs to support us, while I worked part-time to contribute to our finances. Despite the challenges, our love for each other grew stronger each day. Then, 2 years into our marriage, David landed a good job that paid well. Suddenly, we were no longer struggling to pay the bills, and we could afford the things we needed. It felt like a dream come true, and we were finally able to live comfortably. However, just when things were starting to look up for us, my parents reached out to us for help. They conveniently forgot all the insults they hurled at David and how they never wanted him to be a part of our lives. Now that they needed help, they expected us to come to their rescue. At first, I was hesitant to help them. I couldn't forget how they had treated David in the past. But David, being the kind-hearted person that he was, convinced me to help them. He believed that everyone deserves a second chance, and he didn't want to hold on to any grudges. Reluctantly, I agreed to help my parents. David and I offered them financial assistance and supported them in every way possible. It wasn't easy for me to forgive them, but seeing how grateful they were made it all worth it. As time passed, my parents apologized for their past behavior and expressed their regret for not accepting David into our family earlier. They admitted that they had been wrong about him and acknowledged that he was the best thing that ever happened to me. Despite their apology, I couldn't help but feel a sense of betrayal. How could they have treated David so poorly in the past and then expect us to help them now? It took me a long time to come to terms with their actions and to let go of the hurt and resentment I felt towards them. Through it all, David stood by my side, offering me his unwavering support and love. He never once complained or held a grudge against my parents. Instead, he encouraged me to forgive them and move on. In the end, I realized that forgiveness is not only for the people who hurt us, but also for ourselves. Holding on to anger and resentment only poisons our hearts and souls. By letting go of the past and embracing forgiveness, I was able to heal and make peace with my parents. As for David and me, our love only grew stronger with each passing day. We learned to appreciate each other more and to cherish the bond we shared. Through the ups and downs, we stood together as a team, facing whatever challenges came our way. And as we looked towards the future, I knew that with David by my side, there was nothing we couldn't overcome. Our love was our strength, and together, we were unstoppable. David may have started out as a poor man, but in my eyes, he was the richest man in the world, rich in love, kindness, and compassion, and that was more than enough for me.